Hi, welcome back. This is Programming for Artists. Last time we were looking at vectors and how to organize your stuff in C++. This time we're going to be looking at conditional statements, writing out simple code to do some tests and working out whether we should call the police to our barbecue. Okay, so last time we looked at vectors. We wrote a simple program in C++, including the vector header, and we said, make a vector full of names. Push some names onto that vector, this list, and then print them out, which is really, really useful. This time, what we're going to do is work out whether we should stay at home and watch TV, or go to the barbecue, or potentially phone the police to let them know we're going to have a massive barbecue. So we're going to look at using if-then statements or conditional statements, where we say if such and such a thing, implicitly it's like such and such a thing is true, then do something or other, or do something else. So this idea of a condition, which can be evaluated in computer terms to true or false, it's like working with your... I'm going to have to get a little cardboard cutout of what my idiot cousin looks like, because he's a really, really nice guy, but bless him, he really needs stuff explained very, very simply. You say, if this has actually really happened and occurred, then do that thing. It has to be really super explicit. This time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of this code and get rid of it. So I've got a basic, super simple C++ file. I'm including the I/O stream so we can input and output stuff. I'm telling the computer I'm using the standard namespace, so when I'm talking about things, I mean commands in the standard set of libraries, and I have one loop that returns an integer, takes no parameters, and is my main. So I'm going to save this as if then, so what? C++. Probably not a very helpful name, but it works for now. So I'm going to just make a Boolean, we'll make a number of people variable. So again, we make an integer, num of people, and we're using camel case, so lowercase beginning, uppercase, number of people, and then I'm going to say I want to use cin, console input, and I pipe it into number of people. And just so I know what's going on, before that I'm going to print out the console a question. So I'm going to use console output, and you see the pipe goes the other way, so I'm piping whatever's coming now to the output, which is how many people are coming to the barbecue. And then I'm going to put pipe end L, end line. So it's going to ask this question, and then when I type something in, it's going to pipe it from console in, cin, into the variable number of people. And here is the cool bit, where I make a conditional test. I'm going to say if, and here's my condition in these brackets, if this thing inside here is implicitly true, then do following set of stuff. And I'm going to say if num of people equals, not 1 equals, but 2 equals, otherwise it'll try and assign a number, and it'll put whatever number I put here into it. I'm going to say is equal to 0, nobody's coming. Then I'm just going to say cout watch TV instead. So I have this conditional statement. If the number of people equals 0, do this thing. In this instance, it's going to print out watch TV instead. I'm going to save this. I'm going to flip to my console, and if I use ls, useful terminal command, I can see a list of the files that are in here, hello CPP and variable CPP, and also in my folder here, you can see these are the CPP files, and here's the new one, and here's the executables that were made. So this is my new if then so what. Go to G++ if, and it finds it fine, -o to output it to a file called if then. It runs it. It's saying, yep, it's not happy. I'm piping my C output the wrong way. So I pipe out and I pipe in. Let's try this one again. Compiled. Now let's run if then. How many people come into the barbecue? It asks me down here. And I'm going to say 100. It executes. Let's run it again. And this time, how many people are coming to the barbecue? 0. Watch TV instead. So I've got a condition in there, depending upon the number of people coming to the barbecue that I input. So some external factor to the program goes into this variable, this thing that will vary and change. And the conditional statement looks at it and says, what's the status of this? Is it this or that? Is it true or false against this test? And it does one thing. What's cool is I can then go, actually, if the number of people isn't 0, the barbecue's going ahead. I can say, else, do this other stuff. And I'm just going to put a C out again. Prepare for an awesome barbecue. So I save that. And I come to my compiler and I'm going to say, compile this again, please. And then I run my if then program, and it comes up and it says, how many people are coming to the barbecue? I type in 100. Prepare for an awesome barbecue. Run it again. How many people are coming to the barbecue? 0. It should catch the first half of our conditional statement or our if-then loop. Watch TV instead. So there we've got a really simple, silly example. How many people are coming to our barbecue? We have input being piped from the console. We do an evaluation. Is number of people equal to 0? Do this, else do this other thing. So this conditional statement here is really powerful because we can start to make inputs and tests of variables and have multiple things happen, changing the state of what we want to do and start building real complexity in our programs. So next time I'm going to be looking at loops and then functions and classes, and then we're going to start building loads of crazy stuff. If this makes sense to you, please leave some comments below. Let me know the stuff that you'd like to see. Like the video, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you very much.